All right, now before we step into a actual battle, as you guys can see, everything's kind of washed out a little bit. Now, the settings that I have on currently, everything's set to high. Everything still looks pretty good visibly wise. I'm not really too worried about this, but like I said again, there is a way for it to look a lot better for you guys, just so you know. So let's stand right in the middle of the map right now. Let's see all the dark areas. Here's a dark area. Here's a pretty dark area. Back there's pretty lit. Here's a dark area. There's a dark area. So this is probably the most dominant dark area on the map right here, on this map in general. You could just tell the quality of the game right now just looks super different. It looks like I'm playing a totally different game. Everything was washed out before. Now there's not much shadow in the game, which is great. As you guys can see, the game looks perfect. I can run around the map. I don't really see shadow anywhere. If somebody were to pop out on the side of my screen, boom, I could see them there. I could see them here, whatever. The guns look very... What's good with it, do YouTube? My name is Natepushweights. I'm back again with another video. And just like the title says, how to see better visibility in Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, first and foremost, if you're playing this game and you cannot see anything in this game, drop a like on this video because you're in the same boat. Now, it is very hard to see visibility in this game just because how the shadows are, and some parts of the map is pretty dark. Now, what I'm going to show you guys today is how to make your game not only look better, but be able to see everybody on the map as clear as possible. Now, these settings that you're going to want to do, if you have a PC, this is perfect for you. If you're on console, it's not really going to help you. I'm sure there's other things on YouTube that could help you if you are a console player, but this is mainly for PC players, controller players that are playing on PC. You get what I'm saying. Without further ado, hit that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We do a lot of videos like this all the time. Welcome to the channel. Let's get right into it. Okay, first and foremost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a private match right now. Now, my settings, my graphic settings right now for quality is pretty much everything's on high, so I can kind of show you guys pretty much what we're going to be looking at here. All right, now before we step into a actual battle, as you guys can see, everything's kind of washed out a little bit. Now, the settings that I have on currently, everything's set to high. Everything still looks pretty good visibly wise. I'm not really too worried about this, but like I said again, there is a way for it to look a lot better for you guys, just so you know. So let's stand right in the middle of the map right now. Let's see all the dark areas. Here's a dark area. Here's a pretty dark area. Back there's pretty lit. Here's a dark area. There's a dark area. So this is probably the most dominant dark area on the map right here, on this map in general. Notice my gun looks kind of washed out, looks kind of bland. We need to put some colors in these trees. We need to put some colors in the background so we can be able to see an enemy very clear. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to change the NVIDIA GeForce settings. And the easiest way to do that is to pretty much pop up your GeForce Experience app. Now go to game filter. If you go right to game filter, what you're gonna do is you're gonna actually change your styles. You're gonna make a filter. Now, when you go to make a style, we're gonna start off as an example. Go to 1, add a filter, and what we're gonna do first is we're gonna add a brightness and contrast filter. Boom, pop that up. Click this arrow and pretty much set the exposure to 0. Okay, 0 exposure. Set the contrast to 30. Boom, we're gonna set that to 30. Set the highlights to 0 to 10. So it could either be 0 or 10. For me, I'm going to set this to around 6. For the shadows you're going to bring down so it highlights it. So it brings up, as you guys can see, look, it's bringing up the shadows. If I were to up this like this, it would look really shadowy, and I don't want that. So I'm going to put this at exactly at -30. Boom. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the gamma at 0. I'm keeping the gamma at 0 because if you raise the gamma, it does raise the shadows a little bit more, but it looks really washed out. So I don't like that. So I'm going to keep that to 0. And what we're going to do next is we're going to add another filter, and we're going to add a details filter. Next thing you're going to want to change in details is the sharpen. You're going to bring the sharpen down just a little bit, just so it's not super grainy. See, like if we bring this up, it's going to look really sharp and it's going to look like unrealistic, and we don't want that. So we're going to bring that to 32 to be exact. 32. And then we're going to bring the clarity to 2 or 3. It doesn't matter which one. You're going to bring it to 2 or 3. So 2. I'm going to put this to 3, actually. I'm going to try to put this to 3. All right, we're actually going to put it to 2. 2 or 3 works, whatever. HDR toning 45. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to activate HDR. So don't be all like, what the hell? What the hell are you doing? No, HDR toning kind of changes the way the game looks high dynamically. Okay. So you can set this to 45. 45 seems to be like a really sweet range. 45, 44, 46, it doesn't matter. I'm going to set it to 44. Boom. Bloom, you're going to hit that to 0. Boom. It makes it pop a little bit better. And boom. There you go. So the game filter 1, that's what we're going to add right there. All right. For our second and last filter, set a style 2. And then we're going to add a filter. And then what this filter is going to be is another brightness and contrast filter. We're going to set this to 0 for the exposure. Boom. And then we're going to set the contrast to either 14 or 18. I'm going to set it to 14. We're going to set the highlights to 0. Boom. And then we're going to set the shadows to -20 or -30. I'm going to set it to -30. Boom. And we're going to keep the gamma to 0. Okay. All right. So for game filter number 1, if you want to, add some color to your game, the best thing to do is to add some vibrance to the actual game. What we're going to do is we're going to add a color filter. Boom. Color. And we're going to set everything to 0. So tint color will be 0. Tint intensity to 0. And then we're going to set the vibrance to either 20 or 50. Depending on how much color you want. I think 50 looks perfect to where the game looks really vibrant and not washed out like it's black and white. For me, I'm going to do around 40 just so it doesn't look super unrealistic. But yeah, that's what you do. Add a color filter. Boom. And literally, this is probably the most highest settings you would do as far as your game wise. Now, as you guys can see, it looks pretty cool. Everything looks turned up. As you guys can see, this isn't a super dark area. Like I could see somebody right there if they were there. Over here, I could see somebody pop up. Right down this lane, I'll be able to see somebody pop up. Over here, I'd be able to see somebody pop up. Pretty much, I would be able to see somebody pop up anywhere on this map. Now, my gun looks very high dynamic, that's so to say. You could just tell the quality of the game right now just looks super different. It looks like I'm playing a totally different game. Everything was washed out before. Now there's not much shadow in the game, which is great. As you guys can see, the game looks perfect. I can run around the map. I don't really see shadow anywhere. If somebody were to pop out on the side of my screen, boom, I could see them there. I could see them here, whatever. The guns look very visible as opposed to before. Nothing's too washed out like it was before. Shadows are a lot noticeable than before. Like before, I couldn't see anything in the shadow. It was just super dark. The game looks so much better. Let me know what you guys think in general with that. Now, with these settings, this is actually going to, if you have a good PC, let's just put it this way. If you have a good PC, you're going to be able to run these settings. For style game filter 2, you're going to have to run that if your game isn't up to par. Like if you have a low end PC, I would suggest you use this game filter 2 rather than game filter 1. Game filter 1 is going to be for the PCs that can really handle stuff. Like if you're looking for high FPS, yeah, you can still run game filter 1, but depending on if you're running low or high settings, it's going to be up to you. For me, I'm running a high-end PC, so I don't really have too much to worry about it. As you guys can see, my PC is huge. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in general. Let me know in the comment section if this helped you. A lot of shadows on this map. I know in general, if you look at the before and after of this, you'll see a very big difference. Let me know if you guys try this out in your game. See if it helps you. If it helps you, definitely comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Do all that good stuff. And pretty much I will see you guys in the next video. thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more content like this. I'm going to be rolling out tips every single day for you guys to help you guys out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And that being said, that's it for this video. Let's get it. YouTube 2021.